Okay, in this video, first of all, let me say that as a veteran myself, it's very important that we give back to our veterans. Because of our veterans, we are free. We are able to live our life. We live in the richest country in the world, and they have earned whatever they get as far as like anything that the state wants to give them. They have earned it because so many soldiers, they have seen unthinkable things while they were in the military. They have experienced some things that none of you can possibly understand unless you were in their shoes. I mean, it's just so many things that veterans go through, and it just doesn't end once they transition from the military. It only begins because they're in the military. They're not thinking about their injuries. They're not thinking about their mental stability. They're not thinking about anything. You know, it doesn't just go away once they transition from the military. So in this video, what I'm going to do is go over some of the benefits for disabled veterans in the state of Washington. Every state has different things that they do for the veterans. So since we're in Washington state and I'm being a veteran myself, I'm going to go over some of the perks or the benefits of veterans here in Washington state. Okay, so one of the benefits of being a disabled veteran is one of the most important things is housing. Because everybody wants generational wealth. Everybody wants to be a homeowner. Everybody wants to own real estate, because we know that real estate, anytime you own something, it's going to always appreciate. You don't want to rent if you don't have to, because really, basically, you're just giving money away. You're just making the landlord richer. So a lot of people, they don't always have the money saved in order to put a down payment on a home, but they want a home, but they don't always have the money. So by you being a veteran, you put down nothing, 0% money down. Whereas if the person has a conventional loan or FHA, they have to put down some type of down payment. Otherwise, they can't get the house. But being a veteran is 0% down. So instead of you trying to come up with all of this money, to purchase this home, you don't have to put anything down. So you're already ahead of the game because you don't have to put any money down, which is amazing. But guess what, guys? You deserve it. Like, you put your life on the line. You were out there. You spent time away from your family, sometimes for months, sometimes for a whole year, not seeing your family, sacrificing, seeing your friends, like, I don't want to say it, but you saw your friends pass away right before your eyes, or it's just so many things. And like I stated before, it doesn't end once you leave military service. This is for the rest of your life. Like, you have to deal with these issues for the rest of your life. So that is why it is so important to support our veterans, our troops, and to always give back, because they have paid some of our veterans have paid the ultimate sacrifice just so that you could live free in this country. So in this video, I'm going to go over some of the benefits of being a veteran and also being a 100% disabled veteran. So one of the major perks is home ownership. And then we have, in the state of Washington, the entitlements are about, I think it's like 1.2 million as of 2024. So you can buy multiple properties as long as your income can support that. And what I mean by that is, if you buy a home, say for $500,000, and you deduct that $500,000 from that 1.2 million. So that is how much more entitlements you have left over. And so if you want to purchase another house, then you just have to have the income to show that, hey, I can support this house and I can support the next house. So it's possible. Some people want to buy land, some people want to buy homes, but you always want to build generational wealth. That is the name of the game. Okay, so another perk of being a veteran is any surviving spouse of a disabled veteran, they're eligible for a grant to help pay for their taxes, because as we know, if you're used to two incomes in your household and then unfortunately someone passes away, that means that spouse, they're gonna have the same amount of bills, same amount of everything, but they're gonna have half the income. So that is why it is so important that you know about the grants, because that way, this is grants, you don't have to pay it back. So I think that is a really, really great perk. If you are 100% veteran, you're exempt from paying as much taxes. So for example, if your taxes are, I don't know, like $4,000 a year, $3,000 a year, because you are 100%, then you might be exempt. You might only pay maybe $700 a year into taxes. And if you don't know, your mortgage, when you buy a home, your mortgage consists of the principal, the interest, the insurance, and taxes. So whereas before, if your taxes were, say, $200, $300 a month, including everything with your mortgage, if your mortgage goes down 80%, that means your mortgage is going to go down. That means you're paying way less taxes. So that really helps out a lot. And again, if that veteran is 100%, they deserve it. And so does their spouses, because people don't realize spouses are so important, because spouses are the one that is there. They hold the house down while the veteran is like on deployment or out in the field, wherever they are. They are so important because they are the ones that really keeps the family together, and support that husband or that wife, whomever is in the military. Sometimes it's one or the other, sometimes it's both. For me, it was me. I was the veteran in the military, and my family, they supported me and they were there for me. And, I'm just really, really grateful. And I just can't say enough about the military. It changed my life for the better. And so, I just wanted to put that out there. Another benefit of being a veteran, 100%, those veterans that are 100% disabled, is they don't have to, one of their cars, they get free tags for one of their cars. Is permanent. They don't have to pay for a tab every year, but it's only for one car. I talked about the property taxes. Let's see. Veterans can, I talked about the license plate. So as a disabled veteran can get a license plate fees on one vehicle per year. And these plates are good for the lifetime of the veteran, the lifetime. Talked about the children's tuition. Another benefit, I'm pretty sure I talked about it before, but I just want to make sure, and I want to make sure everybody is clear. So if you are 100% disabled veteran, I think I mentioned that you have tax exempt. So your taxes are exempt, which means that you don't have to pay as much taxes on your home. So for example, if your taxes are, I don't know, like $3,000 a year or $4,000 a year, if you are 100% disabled veteran, you have to meet certain criteria. But if you are, then your taxes may be $3,000 a year. But then if you are 100%, your taxes may go down to like $700 for the entire year or $600 for the entire year. So every veteran is different, but it's different amounts. But that would save you a ton of money on your mortgage. If your taxes are reduced very, very low, at least 75-80%, that means your mortgage is going to be reduced, and that means you keep more money in your pocket. So I just want to be clear, and so I'm going to read off exactly what the criteria is. So first of all, you have to be 100% disabled with the Department of Veterans Affairs. You have to own and occupy the resident for at least a year, or you have to live there, but for VA purposes, you have to be there for at least a year, and you are supposed to live there. So you have to own and occupy the property, and you have to meet certain criteria. So it's not just you're 100%, it's certain criteria. You have to own and occupy the property, in order to get the tax exempt. But it's really, really beneficial because that gives you more income to do other things instead of paying taxes. I talked about if you are 100%, your kids can go to school free, college in any state school. Now, if it's a private school, then you are going to have to pay for it. VA is not going to pay for it. But if any public college, then it will be paid for. Washington State also has a tuition waiver. So because you're a disabled veteran, you will get a tuition waiver on top of that. One benefit or another benefit of being a veteran is if you are a disabled veteran and you get disability income, that income is tax-free. So whether you are 10%, 30%, 50%, 100%, every single month, you're going to get a compensation from the Department of Veterans Affairs that is tax-free. That means you don't pay any taxes on that money. And if you get at least 30% disability, then you will get paid for your spouse as well as your children. VA also, for the state of Washington, the health care services for VA provides comprehensive health care for disabled veterans, including specialty care for disabled veterans throughout many parts of the state. So you can go to different facilities within the state of Washington. You may not live in a certain area, so they have facilities all over that will provide you health care at no cost to you, only simply because you are a veteran or a disabled veteran. Now, if you are a 100% disabled veteran, then all of your health care needs are taken care of, whether it's one of your disabilities or not. And if you are not, then the disabilities that you are disabled for, then you can get that health care at any VA facility, and that is also free. Another benefit of being a veteran is vocational rehab and employment. And what this is, it's a program to help veterans prepare for and find and maintain suitable employment. So it helps veterans, like the training, whatever training they need, whatever education they need, then this is what vocational rehab is for. It prepares them. It helps if you need a resume done, if you need some kind of training, some kind of just whatever you may need, then vocational rehab and employment is specifically for disabled veterans. The state of Washington also has specialized housing assistance. And so what this is a program that provides a grant to help disabled veterans modify their homes so that they get, they might need a ramp, they might need their bathroom renovated because some people can't step over into a high tub, so they might modify it where they have like a walk-in shower. Or if they do have a tub, they would have they would modify it so they would have a door where they could just walk into the bath instead of trying to step over the bath. So all of that is free of charge. This, is to accommodate the veterans so that, to make the house as comfortable as possible, help them not to have any kind of accident. So whatever the VA has to do to make your house more accommodating for you, then that is what they do. And any disabled veteran can qualify for that, but it has to be something that, they are disabled for. Okay, the next benefit is educational benefits, which I did touch on that a little bit before, but this particular one, it provides educational assistance through programs like the GI Bill and the Washington State Hazelwood Act, which helps cover tuition and fees. So that is another perk. Another benefits of being a veteran is transportation. So if you are a disabled veteran, you may qualify for transportation assistance to your medical appointments or any kind of other essentials you have to do. Like some veterans, they can't drive, or because of their disabilities, they may not be able to walk far. Whatever the case is, VA provides transportation to grocery stores or to any medical appointments or anything that is needed by that particular veteran. Also, we have the support groups and resources. And what this is, I'm reading off my notes because I want to make sure that I cover everything. So what this group is various organizations and groups in Washington that offer support and advocacy and community resources that specialize in for disabled veterans. So it specializes in just helping disabled veterans, whatever needs they may have. And finally, which is a really, really good nugget too, is disabled veterans may receive for the state of Washington hiring preferences for state jobs, giving them an edge in the job market. So if you are a disabled veteran and somebody else is competing for the same job as you, then you get preference over that person simply because you served our country, you are a veteran, you're a disabled veteran, so they deserve it. They really, really deserve it. So I just want to say that this is the greatest country in the world, and supporting our veterans, because everybody can't go through all of that training like the veterans like myself go through. I mean, it really, really breaks you down when you go through the basic, or when you go through OCS, that is Officer Training School. When you go through all of that stuff, and then you're leaving your family, you may be on deployment. It's just so many things that you have to sacrifice, and also your family has to sacrifice too. So that's why, the veterans deserve it. They deserve it. They deserve it, and they have earned it. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that I was very informative. I hope if there were some things, if you are a veteran and some things that I didn't cover, that that maybe the state of Washington is doing for veterans, just feel free to write in the comments below. I don't mind you giving me advice, or you sharing with me like your experience in the military. If you want to do that, you can do that too. So just remember, again, this is the greatest country in the world, and the veterans deserve it. And so remember, whether just reach out, and this is for the veterans. So I am in, so just whether you are moving in 9 days, 90 days, and you want to purchase a home or sell a home in the state of Washington, make sure, just go ahead and just subscribe below, and just tap the bell for notifications, so that you will be the first to know. I have a lot of educational videos that I'm going to do in the future, specifically for veterans. So just feel free to reach out if it's something that you want me to touch on, and you are a veteran in the state of Washington, then just let me know in the comments below, and I will make sure that I cover that. So until next time, I hope you enjoyed this video. I love being a veteran, and I love the perks that the veterans get, because like I said, they deserve it. So until next time.